We expect to see, I'm on the more positive side, expecting in the 3% range growth in Singapore, 4 or 5% in Malaysia, 5-6% in Indonesia, probably 8, if not 9% in China. So the major markets in which we operate are still growing. And I think that's the most important thing to underscore, in the sense that we see growth opportunities in banking as those markets grow. So we see a reasonably positive year going forward, and I think our earnings situation should continue to grow, and we continue to deliver the performance.
But given slowing growth in Singapore as well as the region, the risk is in non-performing loans. Are you making provisions for that?
Well, we have, as required by regulators, we have a minimum 1% set aside in what's called portfolio provisions. So as we grow the loan book, we set something aside. But what we've, and so that's an added cushion, if you will. What OCBC has done all along is make sure that we take the specific provisions as and when loans look bad, so that we can make sure that we're prepared to deal with the potential losses that come. The loan book is in very, very good shape in OCBC today. The specific provisions we had last year were equal to the prior year. They may go up a little bit this year, but the loan book is really quite clean. You know, we've got a non-performing asset portfolio of something like 0.9% of the total portfolio. It's flat year on year. It's come up a little bit in the fourth quarter, but it's not an alarming situation by any means at all.
Basel III capital requirements, will that hurt OCBC's expansion plans?
Well, no. Effectively, no, is the short answer. We have sufficient capital now already in hand to meet all of the phase-in requirements of Basel III, including the additional capital, 2% core capital that the Monetary Authority requires. They've declared us a local systemically important financial institution, SIFI, as people talk about it. And so we have sufficient capital to meet those requirements already. So we're quite comfortable. And will not slow our growth in any significant way.
So a lot of optimism, a lot of confidence. Can OCBC retain its #1 position in the world?
You know, basically a mathematical analysis of different ratios, and the fact that we came out on top is it's nice to have, but it's not something that we strive to retain. No, not by any means. We want to run a good, healthy bank in a broad-based sense, not to win awards from magazines.
You talked about growing shareholder returns. If you take a look at your shares, they have outperformed rivals but underperformed the STI. How do you intend to grow shareholder value going forward? You
know, competition will always be there. But if you understand your customers better, make sure that the product offerings meet their needs better than with stronger insights than what your competitors are able to do. If you're able to manage your risks better, if you're able to continue to deliver productivity gains, that gives you money to invest in growth, and so on. Happier employees. Ultimately, the shareholder value will come out of the results of the balanced business scorecard.